Hey, welcome to today, Junior. Yeah, this is the Tuesday show with Ultra David, who's me, and James Chen, which is you.
Yep. How's it going, everyone? Welcome back from Chicago.
Yeah, I was in Chicago for Ultimate Fighting Game Tournament 8, also to visit some family, which was awesome. So I got there a couple days early. I took a tour of the city by myself. I hung out with family, and the tournament itself was awesome. Hopefully, a lot of you guys watched the streams. They were some really, really good matches, really interesting gameplay, some interesting games, and I had a blast hanging out with friends too.
Dude,
so.
I'm so sad I didn't go because dive kick looks so amazing.
I'm so mad. So when I first saw James today, he asked me if I was actually mad about getting my butt kicked in dive kick in the tournament, and yeah, I'm really mad because I went undefeated the whole weekend, and I feel like I understand that game the best. Except for the people who have been playing that game a lot. So when I lost in like terrible fashion, just got like scraped, man.
Because you sounded mad on the stream.
I was.
And I thought you were just kind of like trolling or playing or pretending or something, but apparently
No.
You were...
Yeah, I was mad.
Oh, man.
Dive kick is one of the games that we want to talk about, actually.
Yeah, well, I mean, just, just to start off really quick, I mean, obviously first and second place went to two of the beta testers. And I saw some people kind of mad about that. I don't know, like, you were playing in there. Obviously, you felt like you could have beat them anyway. So you didn't care that they were there. You were confident you were going to beat them.
I felt like if I was playing on an equal physical battlefield with those guys, that I would win. Yeah. But there's no way to test that, so who knows? Maybe I'm totally wrong. But that's how I feel. Yeah, there was definitely some controversy with having the beta testers in the game. When it was first revealed on Friday night, or Thursday night rather, one of the testers, Big Marcus, was up to play in the exhibition that we were doing. And he seemed so immediately way better than whoever he was scraping that we all like yelled at Keats. Like as it was happening, we were like, Keats, enough, this guy is too good, get him off the stage. Right. So we did. But then, man, I mean, we all had days to play this game. We could have played as much as we'd wanted, and people did. I mean, the line for that game was constantly full. It was never free. So people were constantly testing themselves, and you're not going to get as much time as the testers had, of course.
Right.
But you could study up, and it's not like it's such a complicated game that you can't see it for 5 minutes and then just think and get better at it. Like it's not like an exit. It's not like an excuse.
Right.
You're not like practicing combos
you don't
or
have
whatever.
To go there and wait. Let me test this theory out.
Exactly.
It's all there.
It's just
right?
you're just thinking about it. So
it's trigonometry.
Yeah.
Vector calculus.
Yeah. Exactly.
Dude, okay.
Shout out to Nothing XS for.
I also have to shout out
voice.
to. No, I have to not shout out. I have to put Justin on blast. When they first said trigonometry, and Justin and Alex were on there, and they didn't understand what he said. Like, and Justin was like, what did he say? He said, like, trigonometry or something? He's revoked all of his Asian license.
He didn't know what the word trigonometry was?
I guess he didn't understand it, recognize it. I don't know. He's revoked all of his Asian license.
Ridiculous.
So, yeah.
I don't even know how that's possible. Okay. Anyway, yeah, it was a game that you could just get at thinking about it, I think.
Sorry, that was too loud.
Oh.
Sorry. I was trying to turn on music, yeah. But I just
anyway, it's a game that you can just get better at by thinking about, which is great. So, yeah, I mean, obviously the testers are going to have a big advantage, and as you said, they went 1 and 2. But on the one hand, I feel like that's everybody else's fault for not playing, or if they didn't. And on the other hand, I feel like it was good to have those people playing because it was important to show everybody what those styles were.
Right.
Like, I think I was talking about it on stream, but for example, GLB with kick made me totally rethink what kick was. I wouldn't have considered the kickback kick strategy, at least not as quickly, if I hadn't seen GLB do that.
Right. Well, he also had a particularly good kickback.
Yes. Right? Kick is a character. That's why he picked the character. He picks kick with dive kick with kick gem, which lets him do that. And that was really interesting. I mean, I thought that was a really cool little thing, and I wouldn't have gotten to see that if we hadn't had the testers in the game. So whatever, man. It was a free game. Like, it's not like we weren't betting money on it, right? We were just going to earn money. So it was cool.
So let me ask you. You said it's a free game and everything like that. Obviously, after that game was shown on stream and everything, the general consensus was Keats take my monies, right? So what was there any news on that? Is he gonna release it? Is he going to?
Yeah, all he could say was that he's going to be looking into that. He was overwhelmed by everybody's interest in the game. He thought
Welcome to Earth.
Dude, it's so good. He expected that people would like the game. Don't get me wrong,
Right.
but I think he was a little taken aback by how much people seemed to like it.
I think what took it over the edge was the thing that sold me was the hidden characters. Not gonna lie. As soon as I saw the hidden characters and how different they played.
Yes.
So I mean, when I saw Kung Pao, like I was just like, I want to use this character not because she's a girl. Like I've always used all the girl characters.
You mean because she's a low tier girl character?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, it's a sad coincidence, but
Yeah.
I just liked her because she was so different. She had no height on her jump, and her dive was horizontal. And there was just something fascinating about playing the game completely different than every other character that I really wanted to try.
Yeah.
Like, I just wanted to dive under people and hit them from behind and stuff like that. Like, I was getting all these ideas just watching the character play. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
She's a really interesting character design, for sure. And I think it'd be really cool. I mean, I said this before, but like, I'll be so pissed if the last games that I ever get to play this were me getting scraped 05. I'll be so pissed.
You were a fraud.
I got frauded.
You got frauded. Oh my god.
Like, yeah,
It's all good. It's all good. Okay. Well, let's talk about another game if you want.
I just
You
want to
seem
close by
pretty
saying that
salty.
it was a really strategic game. I really enjoyed it, and yeah, if you didn't get to watch it, make sure that you check out the archives. And if you didn't get to play it, sucks for you. I hope that you'll be able to play it someday.
Yeah, I know. I really want to play that game because it
Yeah.
just looked amazing. So
Yeah, no doubt.
you can bet if that game ever becomes available, there will be money matches between you
Okay.
and me on stream, right?
Oh yeah,
We'll have an
Happy now.
Ultra Chen episode
I would
money
be-
match. Dude,
Absolutely.
So there you
But
go.
before we move away from it, I just want to give a quick thought about what my personal tiers were in that game.
Oh, that's right. Because I was talking to you earlier, like, how is Mr. N not the best? Because I just felt
Yeah.
like he was so well-rounded
So
in more ways than one. But go ahead.
nice. My personal list is Dive at number 1 because he controls the most space.
Okay.
Kick at number 2 because I just feel like he has a bunch of good matchups. I think he loses to Dive, which is what keeps him from being number
Right.
1. But then I think he does really well against the rest of the
And that
characters.
kickback is so good.
His
The
kickback kick
back
is
jump,
is a really, really good strat. Even jumping toward, he still has a good dive angle. He builds kick factor pretty easily, so he's a really good character. It's just that he doesn't control space well enough to beat Dive, and I think Dive does pretty well against everybody. So.
Shoutouts to the Claude who said that Mr. N is top 5 for sure.
Oh, top 5 for sure. Well, I don't know, man. I don't know. Who knows,
Good
dude?
stuff,
Maybe there's
good
some more
stuff.
secret characters. I have no
Yeah.
idea. Then I think that it's Wolverine. I think that Wolverine is the third best because I think that he's a counter kind of character. Like he's not a space control character like Dive is, or even
Right.
like Kick is to that extent. He's a defensive character. You pick a spot on screen and you say, "Hey, other guy, you can't jump at me because if you do, I'm gonna go boop boop and come right on top of your head."
And you can't make it under him. Like
You can't make it under him.
Yeah.
Exactly. So in that respect, I think he does pretty well against characters like Dive and Kick, and I think he blows up Kung Pao for free. Then I think Mr. N is 4th. So you were thinking that Mr. N was number 1.
Yeah, I could. This is how it looked to me.
So okay, you were saying that because he's kind of in between Wolverine and Kick in terms of his dive angle.
Yeah, and he has a high jump.
And it's a high jump.
And he has the lowest height restriction, so he builds up kick factor instantly.
And he builds kick factor very quickly.
Right.
So his kick factor mode is actually worse than the other guys. He doesn't get quite as much speed increase as some of the, or speed and height and whatever the
Dude,
factors are.
That blows my mind that different characters have different kick factor, like levels
Yeah,
of power
dude.
up, like in Marvel, dude. It's so
For
amazing.
sure. And then his kick is just not. It's in between. So like, okay, Kick has this, or sorry, Dive has this big old thing. Like, it's
Right.
like, boom, this whole space is mine. Kick is a little bit less, and then Wolverine is like almost vertical. And those are used in very different ways. So Dives controls the most space.
Right.
Kick is more about like baiting and counter poking, and then Wolverine is just like a wall. Like you're just not getting past this wall.
Right.
But his is sort of in between, and whereas you might think that that's kind of the best of all worlds, it's actually the worst.
because he loses any advantage.
Whatever the advantage he doesn't have disadvantage. He doesn't have what this advantage gives you. He doesn't have what this advantage gives you. He's just, I'm like right here.
Hi.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So,
okay.
Yeah.
And of course, Kung Pao is last.
Oh wait, yeah, that's right. Dive and kick have the same angle, but the problem is that Dive's jump is higher. So his,
right.
Yeah, that's right. So it's not angle. The issue is that they don't cover the same ground. So because Dive starts from higher,
right,
this with the same angle. I don't know if you know how this works, but starting from with the same angle, two heights will result in different amounts of space control.
Yes,
so
exactly. It's
that's why.
Dude.
Yeah, I guess.
Trigonometry.
Yeah. So yeah, that's why that's why Dive is better at that, because he's just a threat from farther away.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I can't wait to get my hands on this game, but obviously there are lots of other games to talk about, and we should probably talk about them after we take a quick little break, everybody. So stick around. We will be right back.
Are we back?
Yep, we are back.
Cool. What's up, folks? We're
How's
just
it going?
talking about various games and their states of games right now.
Yes.
Having talked about Dive Kick a little bit, we now want to move on to a game that's a little less popular than that, Street Fighter Cross Tekken.
Yeah. I don't remember seeing it on stream. I don't remember anyone saying anything about it. I just feel like the game is gone. I honestly feel like the game has just disappeared from all semblance of any sort of acknowledgement.
I was in the tournament for this game. Let me tell you why I was in the tournament. Because I signed up for UFGT not last week or the week before, but a little while ago. And when I did so, I thought that I wanted to play Street Fighter Cross Tekken. I didn't yet know that I wanted to play KOF, so I was, you know what? That's how it ended up. I was not the only one like that in my pool. In fact, there were quite a few people who were all at my pool when we were talking about this, and we were all like, man, I can't wait until I'm out of here. I can't wait until I lose. And in fact, me and Karahime, who's this really good Marvel 3 player from Wisconsin, we were both in the same pool, and we were talking about it, and he was like he was just about ready to play. He was like literally on the stick, and he turned to me, and he was like, I hope I don't win. Like with the most serious face possible. And he won, and he and I both got to winners semis of our pools. And I think I had to play Sanford, and he had to play, I don't remember, and we were both like, man, like, we got to do this again.
You know, I totally imagine a situation. There was a World Cup match, a World Cup soccer match a long time ago, where it actually paid off for one team to lose.
I know what you're talking about.
And they would have made it in. So at one point they kicked it into their own net.
Right.
But it would have actually benefited the other team to lose as well.
Right. Well, it was, so if I recall correctly, the reason was that at some point the goals became worth 2 points.
Or something,
yeah. Like, I don't remember like when that was exactly what the exact incentives were, but yeah, they both wanted to score into their own nets. So
like literally the whole thing like shifted, and they were like playing backwards soccer.
Yeah.
And I can just imagine two people picking characters and letting go of the joystick, and the other guy reaching across and grabbing the other joystick, and you grab the other. So you're literally fighting to see who loses.
We were likening it to that episode of South Park where they have to play baseball for the whole summer, and they just want to stop playing baseball. They just want to go home and play video games and like hang out, but their stupid parents keep forcing them to play baseball.
Oh man.
Anyway, I think the game is dead. Whatever the redeeming characteristics are, and again, like I've talked about this, how I've come to appreciate parts of the game. I just think that it's dead, and I expect that it's CEO or what ECT and then CEO and Northwest Majors, we're gonna rip on stuff. So all these things come together, dude. Sometimes you're gonna get a commentary that is not only dismissive, but like purposely mean about it.
Well, you know who has the best commentary for this game, right? Is Rip.
Rip? Oh, because he's just...
Well, when he does Wednesday Night Fights, he's amazing at it. He's hype, he's excited, and he does a great job. So, you know, I think he's the guy for Cross Tekken commentary.
That's
to be
cool.
honest with you.
I mean, like I said, like I'm cool with the game. I feel like I understand it pretty well, and I can talk about it and try to hype it up, but it was at 10 a.m. on Sunday.
Right.
That was when the finals were. That was no mistake. It was because it hasn't been doing well in stream viewers.
Right.
Nobody wanted to actually show up and watch it in the actual venue, and I just gotta think it's gonna be the same way in the upcoming majors. So.
Yeah,
What?
I think we've spent enough time on Cross Tekken.
Yes.
Let's move on.
Okay, sounds good. So we also wanted to talk about Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Yes.
At UFGT.
Yeah.
And just in general.
And just in general, because I've been having an interesting conversation on Twitter with Magus, with Andre, and we were talking about how the game seems to be kind of steering now towards the top tier characters. It's starting to kind of funnel itself into the high tier characters, and the interesting thing about it is neither of us believe that it's going to end up like MVC2 at all, where you're only going to see certain characters, but it feels like every team will have at least one of those amazing characters surrounded by a huge character variety. So in other words, you're going to have a ton of Virgil teams, a ton of Wesker teams, and in fact, who was it? It wasn't Glenn, actually. It was someone, Stumblebee, on Twitter, tweeted to Glenn and talked about the top 8, and I think it was the top 8 in Marvel there, and they noted that the Wesker was on the most teams.
Yeah.
He was like on 30-some teams.
Yeah.
Doom was on like 20 teams or something crazy. It wasn't top 8, but it was some crazy number.
Right.
And I can only imagine Virgil's going to grow higher and higher, because I feel like Virgil is slowly but surely becoming the #1 character in the game, even above Zero, even above Spencer. In fact, I even think Wesker's dropped down to #4, to be honest with you. And then, of course, there's the question of where Morrigan is.
So Wesker had 34 spots, Dr. Doom was 20, alright. Magneto was 18, Virgil 15, Wolverine 14, Akuma 12, Morrigan 12, Phoenix 9.
Oh, okay, so that was in top 8. That was number of games that they showed up in, is what he's saying.
I'm not sure whether that's just at UFGT or not.
Yeah, not sure.
It might be kind of over some set of tournaments.
That's true too.
I don't really know. In any case, that was an interesting thing to see.
Yeah. I mean, now the question really comes down to, is Morrigan too good? Because we saw Chris G, after getting knocked into losers by Wentinol, went 19-0
Yeah.
afterwards. I mean, he blew everybody up. Now, is that a problem? Is Morrigan too powerful?
But it was like Strider comes down like this, and Meteor Smash comes down like this, and if missiles are shooting up, then they're not going to work.
Right.
So you got to time them differently. But in any case, people had ideas that they were thinking of. So I don't really want. I mean, obviously we can't come to a conclusion right now. Things are going to change.
I mean, there was a lot of people who responded to me and Andrew talking about this. They said Log Trap goes through all of the Soul Fists. They said Jam Session is really good because it shoots the column all the way up.
I can see that.
They even said a Hulk anti-air, if you get close enough, you'll go right through and hit a bunch of people.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do.
Someone, I think, stated it really well. It might have been Magus. It might have been the guy talking who was giving me all these ideas. I can't remember now. But they said that the problem right now is that Marvel hasn't gotten to that point. Marvel 3 hasn't gotten to that point yet where anybody can counterpick. We have our teams. We play our teams. And we don't counterpick yet. And that's what it's really going to come down to, is we're going to have to learn how to counterpick. And then so if you run into a Morrigan team, you counterpick the Morrigan team.
Here's the one thing that I would say about that. I was trying to think in my head, and I didn't ask anybody, but I was just trying to think about this. Who picked Virgil against Morgan? And I think it was Flocker. I'm pretty sure it was Flocker. And he still lost. And the reason that he lost was not because the Morgan player ran away. I forget if it was Chris G or Dominion. What happened was the Morgan player played offense.
Right. Hang on a second. Is everyone's complaining that they're getting bombarded by ads or something like that?
Oh, we're not doing anything, man.
Yeah, we haven't done anything. Are you guys seeing anything? That's really odd. Huh. Okay, well, keep going. I'll keep an eye on the responses here.
I don't know what to tell you guys. Yeah, we're not doing anything. The stream keeps shutting off.
Oh, it might just be Twitch, actually.
You have a great connection. Neither of us is doing anything right now.
Yeah, I know. We haven't clicked anything. We haven't done anything.
And actually, as we've been on, I've been actually going onto other websites doing some research.
Right, and some other people are here saying that they see it fine. So I think this is a
Yes.
Twitch problem. All right. Well, we'll have the archives up at some point. So
Yeah.
sorry about that, guys.
Anyways, yeah, I think it was Chris G. But in any case, the way that he won was by playing offense. So this character is not only a defensive character. That's the issue. She can play offense too. She can lock down, and if she's like in Chris G's team when he has two missiles behind her, that doesn't mean that she just has to be playing away. That sets up offense too, and blows up the opponent hitting her if she gets hit. So I just don't know if like I was saying, Flocker. I believe it was Flocker picks Virgil. Everybody in the audience was like, all right, like good good stuff. Like his
teleport.
Yeah,
right?
Even put the crown on it if you got extra meter. Like, do these things. And he lost. So I'm not sure that those kind of picks will work out if people start playing Morgan as a full character rather than just as a one or two dimensional keep away kind of character.
I mean, the interesting thing about it is I still stand by this claim is Chris G and Dominion are still the only ones that have this much success with Morgan. There's a lot of people out there picking Morgan and they still haven't gotten to this level yet. So I don't necessarily believe Morgan is broken yet. I think we only have two people who are particularly good with this character right now.
Yeah, I mean, there are some other good players too, but they're definitely not quite at that level. That's the case with a lot of the characters in the cast. So yeah, I kind of think that you're right that we shouldn't be going crazy yet.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, people like Justin going 0-3 against Morgan twice and stuff.
Yeah.
We have no Morgans here in SoCal.
That's what
we have one good Morgan here, but he's not at the level of Dominion and Chris G.
And those guys don't get to play him all that often anyway. So, I haven't seen Justin that mad after losing in a long time. Like
Oh, was he mad?
Yeah, he was mad. He usually when he loses is okay with it. Like I'll go up to him after and be like, "Sorry, dude," and he'll be like, "It happens." But dude, he was mad.
It was like was he as mad or still under how mad you were when you lost dive kick?
It was hard to tell. That's a pretty close one.
Okay.
That's a pretty close one. But okay, so that's not all we wanted to talk about when it comes to Marvel 3. Right. I didn't get to see any of this because I was obviously at UFGT, but you were telling me about a bunch of matches that you watched.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I had been talking about how much I want to do a NorCal, SoCal kind of a meeting. And there's a lot of talk on who's the best player and stuff. Fnatic actually hung out at FGTV this last weekend, and we saw a bunch of matches. And Filipino champ won pretty solidly. I think they did a first to 10, another first to 15, and another first to 10. I think the first to 15 was the closest, but like the last first to 10, I think champ won 10-3 or something like that. So yeah, there's definitely right now, if we talk about some of the top players, Champ is definitely up there right now, and he makes Dormammu look like a freaking top 3 character, and I gotta imagine Dormammu's gonna be really good against Morgan too, because he's gonna be able to throw pillars up at Morgan and such.
Well, it's not just that; it's that he can charge up explosion, he can charge up meteors.
Right.
A lot of people identified him as being a potential counter too.
Yeah, and even CJ Showstopper, who Filipino champ just dogs on all day. And he just goes and loses like every turn. I mean, Filipino champ always jokes to CJ Showstopper, "You finish top 16 in a 16-man tournament consistently." Is what he always says to him. And he gave Fnatic a run for his money. I mean, it was really hard for Fnatic to win. So, there might be a lot of truth to this NorCal over SoCal thing, and I would still love to run this event and find out. I mean, I would love to see NorCal blow SoCal up, or the opposite. You always want to see these good matches. I like seeing the blow-ups because honestly, it triggers something. When Street Fighter 4 came out and we went to Sensation and we blew them up, it lit a fire under East Coast's ass. And then when they came to bar fights and they destroyed us, lit a fire under our ass. And that's how games are gonna keep growing. That's how I feel like games are going to keep growing. So I would love to see one side destroy the other, to be honest with you. So
what do you think the chances are that he was
sandbagging?
He was sandbagging in favor of Joker matchups.
very possible, knowing Fnatic.
I mean, like I said, I didn't see anything. The first I heard of it was
there
today,
was like
so.
money on the line a lot of the times
okay.
too. So
Okay,
I don't
maybe
know.
not then.
I don't know. So
I don't know. But yeah, I mean, in any case, I'd love to see that whole 20 versus 20, or not even 20 versus 20, but like scene versus scene. Like whoever shows up to this neutral spot in like Fresno or whatever and wants to play, you're on the team.
I actually want. I mean, just so people know on the stream when I talk about it, I want to do a NorCal SoCal thing post Evo, so people don't have any more tech to save, right? And it's the only time we have available. The only question right now is, do we include the top players in it or not? I was thinking about doing a 10v10 of the non-top players and then a 5v5 of the top players.
Dude, I really feel it should be like a 30v30, just like here, like everybody in the scene, like.
But dude, there's so many matches.
Started at noon and we'll go until 10 p.m. like a normal tournament, you know.
And I actually had a lot of ideas on how to run it too. Like I would literally have it. I would take the entire team of one side, put their names in a hat, and put their names in a hat. Don't have anyone sit down for a long period of time. Draw 2 names, leave them out of the hat. Draw 2 names, leave them out of the hat. Then after you're done, put them all back in. Draw them out. If you get a repeat match, put it back, draw another one, and just do that the whole day and just get as many matches as we can go.
I think that sounds super cool.
I think that would be so amazing. And I've actually been talking to some guys on Twitter from San Luis Obispo, which is kind of in between, and they're trying to run tournaments there, so they might have venues for us, dude.
Wow.
This would be like the first. This is the first Ultra Chen tournament, dude. That would be so awesome. Ultra Chen TV presents. I think it'd be cool. I do want to talk to Filipino Champ about it. So if you're listening, Champ, get at me and stuff like that. Maybe even Yipes, because I know he's doing a curly mustache stuff. If we want to work with them, I just want this to happen. I don't care how it happens. I want it to happen because nothing brings that kind of angst, anger, rivalry, and frustration like Marvel.
Yeah.
Like nothing.
Except for dive kick.
Except for dive kick, yes. But that's because, you know what? Both games have something in common with all the longest lasting games, and that is the high damage factor. And there's no game with higher damage than dive kick.
That's right, dude. Characters have 1,000 life, do 1 billion damage.
My favorite question, what I forgot, was someone asked Keats, so when you activate Kick Factor, do you do more damage? And Keats is like, why not? You do 2 billion damage.
For sure.
Oh, man.
Sure. All right, man. Well, let's take a little bit of a break. We still have a couple games that we want to talk about. We'll talk about Street Fighter 4, talk about Skullgirls, and that's going to be coming up next, I guess.
All right.
I'm gonna be. It's gonna be tough for me to root between the Devils and the Kings. But I do want to say this to all LA Kings fans. I kind of feel like you're accidentally, secretly rooting for the Anaheim Ducks. You have a low-seeded team that didn't do that great in the regular season. Is playing super well with an amazing young goaltender, and is now facing the New Jersey Devils in the finals. Welcome to us, baby. Yeah.
Oh, because that's what happened with you.
Exactly what happened
gotcha,
in 03.
Gotcha,
so you guys have all just become Ducks fans. Hold that.
Whatever, dude. Go Kings! Go Kings! Okay, anyway.
Anyways.
What's next on the agenda?
Let's talk about Street Fighter 4 at UFGT.
All right.
A couple of big things happened, actually. I'm sure everybody has seen by now the pop-off that...
Why are you standing up?
Yeah. So, in the first match of the top 4 on stream, on the big stream, in Street Fighter 4 was Ricky Ortiz versus Wolfkrone.
Yes.
2 of the best players, for sure. 2 players who are among the best in the world with their characters. For sure, they're both like top 2 or 3 in the world with their characters. Maybe they're the best. It just depends on the day. It was an amazing match. Even before the pop-off happened, you could see that Ricky had the style of Rufus versus Viper that he had obviously specifically tailored to Wolfkrone.
Right.
It was a zoning style with Rufus. He would literally jump back and get to this position where Rufus could do crouching strong.
He would do a kickback.
Basically, he basically would.
Dude, he was playing dive kick against Viper. There you go.
He basically was,
so
dude.
Awesome.
So he had this really interesting style that I haven't really seen before in that matchup, and it clearly threw Wolfkrone off in the first game, which Ricky won. And then like you can kind of see Wolfcrone was figuring out like what to do like as they were playing. He wasn't jumping at the same angles anymore. He wasn't doing the same burn kick angles anymore. Like there was this awesome little adaptation going on.
Right.
And then in the third game, it was right down to the end. Wolfcrone gets
hits him with the Ultra.
He hits him with like Fierce Thunder Knuckle, FADC Ultra, and he for some reason thinks that that's gonna be it. Like clearly Rufus is not gonna die. Like even on stream, I was like, I don't think he's dead, and then he didn't die.
Oh, really? So in other words, it was pretty obvious he wasn't.
I thought it was pretty obvious.
Okay.
I guess Wolfcrone thought that he was gonna die. So anyway, Wolfcrone stands up, and I've never seen the dude as smiley about winning a non-major, about winning. Not winning the grand finals.
Right.
Like, this is like winner semi. Or no, it was loser semis. He was so happy. And you could see on screen, like, as he sits down and, like, realizes, like, uh-oh, his face is, like... And he gets this, like...
And then it's...
And then he just freezes. You can see it. Like,
yeah.
And Ricky just boom, 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 boom. He had the mix-up. He had, like, throw. Then he did, like, meaty EX Messiah. Then he did block, and Wolfcrone woke up with something unsafe, and he got throw for the punish. And that was it.
Yep.
He just fell apart.
And Ricky popped off. In pure Ricky fashion, you could read his lips straight up. You know, what are you standing up for?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Ricky will pop off.
Who was the person? I gotta know who was the genius who made the Wolfcrone defeats Ricky from the newspaper
from
picture.
Dewey defeats Truman. Oh my god.
Like, I still don't know how many people get that, but I hope they do, because... I saw that picture. I heard you mention it on stream. I didn't know anything about this pop-off. Yeah. And then you mentioned it on stream. And then someone linked it on Twitter, and I saw that picture. It is seriously the most amazing picture.
That's definitely the best GIF I've seen in like a while relating to fighting games. Like, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
But so yeah, like it was just a really, really good set between the two players. Like there was strategy that I hadn't seen before. There was adaptation that was really well done, and then there was really huge salt at the end. It was like basically like the best possible set. It was really cool.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, I don't know what's going on. Like Wolfcrone has just been involved in a lot of bad press. He's been in a lot of negative light recently.
Yeah. With
the headphone situation and now this pop off in here and everything like that.
It's true. I mean, I think that a part of it was that we start off with Wolfcrone from this position where we think that he's a really soft-spoken, nice guy who would never do anything, which was largely the case. I mean, if somebody else, like, dude, if Filipino Champ did this, like, we wouldn't even be talking about it. We'd be like, ooh, like,
right.
You know, it happens. But, you know, it's just we think that he's not going to do that stuff. So now that he is doing that stuff, I mean, keep in mind, man, he's a really young guy. He's very much maturing. He comes from an upbringing that is like as anti-fighting game community as possible. Like,
yep.
He really does.
That's true.
He really does.
Yeah, but
well, in some ways anyway.
I'm gonna preface this. I have to say this. Allow me one horrible joke. All right.
Let me just get off screen.
One bad James.
Do it, James.
Okay.
Do it.
You know, and recently I've actually heard like he's claiming he's from Puerto Rico now, because I've been hearing some people refer to him as PR Nightmare. All right, okay, I had to say that.
That went somewhere totally different than what I expected. So, all right, that's cool in my book, dude. I thought that was gonna be way worse.
No, but seriously, that guy needs to figure something out. He needs to get himself back to the good graces of people right now, because it really is starting to turn into a PR nightmare right now. And I hope he can do something to reaffirm everyone's like faith in him, because the headphones thing was the thing that started it, right? And that
not really. Like, you know, the people have...
Well, I know certain people have been popping off on him. Yeah. That was another one, too, on the Ask Dr. Sub-Zero show.
Yeah?
There was some pop-off on him from certain people. So, yeah, definitely...
That's true.
You know, he's been having some bad press recently.
I mean, I don't think that it's that big a deal. I just don't, like... I don't want him to... I guess I'm just more worried about him like maintaining his niceness is more than anything else, and I think that it doesn't really matter as far as like tournaments go or like whatever. Like, it's great if he pops off for me, because then on stream I get to like make hype, and people at home think that that's funny or cool or whatever. So from that side of it, that's not what I'm worried about. I just don't want him to, I don't know, lose his way or whatever nonsense.
Right, exactly,
He's a real cool guy. He's a real nice guy.
Exactly,
and,
exactly. And
I don't really think. Let me just say this. I don't really think that these episodes reflect on him in any other way other than that he takes competition extremely seriously, and I really respect that about him.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing that I don't like is that, you know, he is a nice guy. He's a very cool guy. The few times I've talked to him, it's like you said, he just has a different viewpoint than a lot of other people. He didn't grow up in the arcade, so he didn't have that kind of, you know, atmosphere playing. He's a kid who sat at home and played in the comfort of his own home for a while, and now he's thrust into the limelight. And I'm just hoping that a lot of this, you know, stuff that's been going on recently is not going to negatively affect him.
I hope not. All right, so that wasn't any the whole thing we want to talk about in Street Fighter. What else happened in Street Fighter? What else happened in Street Fighter 4? Oh, wait, hold on. I just want to say that after those, until the grand finals, which was Ricky versus Justin, and that's never hyped in Street Fighter 4.
It's the worst thing ever.
Until that, it was an amazing grand finals.
Right,
it was amazing top 4. Top 8 even.
Right.
And I talked to a lot of people who said that they think that Street Fighter 4 should still be the main event at tournaments.
Absolutely. I mean, last I've heard, I think it still has the #1 sign-ups at EVO this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It was second to Marvel, but they were
was it?
at UFGT.
At UFGT.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
But they were very close. It was very close to numbers.
Yes.
So.
I mean, I still think it's the best game out there right now in terms of just balance and everything.
You think
like
that?
Yeah,
I think that.
I do. Because and the thing about it is there's a lot of that game in its purest form still. You know what I mean? It's still I don't know. There's just something about it that you can appreciate a lot. You know, about fundamentals.
Yeah, I agree.
So. But yeah, so the other thing that everybody, like, I've had like 3 or 4 people link me this match, and everyone even on stream wanted to talk about, you know, I guess Sako had this just kind of like a gauntlet or something where just random people challenged him or whatever like that.
Okay.
And I think he was using Ibuki and blowing up on everybody, and one guy's like, I want to play your Cammy, and he used Ken, and Sako, you know, defeats him handily first round, second round, just destroys him.
What happened? How did it get started?
It's like round 2 fight. He walks, Ken does low roundhouse, and Sako jumps, hits him with a cross up short, and Ken dies. That's essentially how the match goes.
The Ken player just did sweep, and he was laggy, and he got hit by a jump short.
He got hit by the jump short into crazy Sako combo, which involved drill FADC low jab, which is a 1-frame unplinkable link, and he does it like 3 times in this game.
Yeah.
I mean, he just does this combo. FADC, combo him,
right?
Then jumps up, hits him again, knocks him down again. Now pretty much he's in danger of dying. And I've said this every single time. If you ever watch a match where Cammy blows someone up, I guarantee you, 100% of the time, someone's going to walk into a meaty dive kick.
Yeah.
You heard me say this, right?
I know, yeah, I know.
And it's exactly what happens. He walks into a meaty dive kick, falls dizzy, and then Sako just kills him with another combo, end of the game. And, I mean, it's brutal looking. It is I mean, you cannot define, like, you know, in Marvel, do you remember that match? I think it was Crisis versus... No, it wasn't Crisis. It was... in Vanilla Marvel, there was that match where some guy activates X Factor with Sentinel, kills him in, like, 7 seconds, right?
I do, yes.
Like, that's not even as brutal as this Sako match was. Because he activated X Factor in that match. And you're just like, okay, they're gonna die. No, Sako was just like, combo, drill, FADC, 1-frame link jab, no problem. Let me do this low jab, stand strong, low fears, low forward, drill, whatever. He does all this crazy stuff, and it is the most ridiculous thing ever. It is the most ridiculous thing ever, and everyone keeps asking me about it. Now, this kind of comes back a little bit to UFGT and stuff like that, right? How far did Dominion get in Street Fighter 4?
I'm actually not sure. He made top 8.
Right. So he made top 8 with Guile. I remember last week I was talking about how I think Guile is top 10.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And you said you didn't agree with that, right?
Correct.
And I said, look how well Dominion's doing.
And
your response was, I think that's just Dominion, right? Okay. Rufus. We have 2 Rufuses finish first and second place. I've said this all the time. Look at Rufus. He wins tournaments all the time. Everyone's like, dude, that's just Justin and Ricky. right? Okay, then you have like all these people, like Ada wins with Akuma and everything like that, right? No one's sitting there claiming Akuma's top tier at all.
True.
Right? Soon as Cammy wins anything, oh my god, she's broken. She's the best character in the game. Every single time. And you're going to tell me right now, watching Sako just completely rape someone has nothing to do with Sako.
Oh, no, yeah,
Dude,
of course.
it's 100% Sako, dude. It's 100% that guy.
Well, okay, I don't think it's 100% Sako.
See? So...
No, but hold on, but hear me out,
Okay.
though. You said that what happened is that he got a jump short and then he won the round. Is that, so I haven't seen it. Is this what happened? Jump short combo into drill, then mix up with between like jump short or drill, presumably, or jump short or
No, just walk into dive kick.
well, I was gonna say jump short or dive kick. Right, one side or
Kind
the
of,
other.
right.
And then he gets dizzied,
Yeah.
and then the next combo he's dead.
Yeah.
All right, so but it sounds to me like he got a jump short and won the round.
Yeah.
No, like who else gets that? Like most characters in the game don't get jump short into don't guess wrong one more time or you're dead. Like that's kind of unreasonable. I don't think that she's top 5 actually.
Right.
But I think she's really good.
Right. I mean, I
She's
agree.
really good.
I've already talked about it that I think she's top 15, and in this game, that's amazing. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think she's probably 12th. Maybe.
I think she's higher than that, dude.
Well,
I really
so
do.
here's the thing, right? I mean, we have characters like Seth. He's gonna hit you with a jump short. You're gonna die.
I think Seth is
Akuma's
one of the
gonna
best.
cross you up. You're gonna die.
Yeah.
Ibuki's gonna hit you with a knife. You're gonna die.
Right.
Right. Viper's gonna hit you with a burn kick. You're gonna die.
Well, yeah.
Right? Now, here's the other thing. I talked about it last week after Chirithi won, and everyone's like, oh my god, Cammy's too good, right?
Yeah.
People, I'm telling you, people don't know how to fight this character.
Well, I agree with that.
Right.
I totally agree with that,
Right,
especially
right.
after some of the stuff that you showed me how to do,
Right,
which because you don't want me to blow it up, I won't blow it up.
Dude, we can talk about it. Seriously, because I'm actually kind of sick of this. Like,
All right,
I
fine.
think a lot of people don't understand the weakness. I mean, the mix-up is the cross-up dive kick, which is super hard to time.
Yes.
It's a one-frame timing on your dive kick. You have to time it absolutely perfectly, and a lot of people don't know at the distance. If I was even testing it after you left when we talked about it. So what I showed you was that if she dive kicks, dash forward.
I had this whole option select that I made.
Yeah.
I did back toward every
Right.
single time, and it turned out that if you do the normal timings for dive kick, not as a cross up, just dive kick, and jump short, that I block dive kick, and then I also
Block.
dash out of
Right. The cross up.
dive. Yeah, wait, cross up. Yeah, cross
Yeah,
up dive. So what it ended up being was like you had to do the cross up jump short to actually cross me up. Like I wasn't worried. In conclusion, I wasn't worried about cross up dive kick anymore.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, like now knowing that, if I ever see that you stop in the air, like I don't have to worry about whether it's gonna be
Right.
cross up or not. I'm just gonna go like.
Yeah,
this-
the other thing too that I actually found out was that you can actually, if you just see him pause in the air, just take a step forward and then combo her when she lands because she's just gonna miss you.
Yeah, I mean, so
You know.
there's stuff that you can do, but that still means that I have to play the guessing game between dive
Right.
kick or jump short. I'm just not worried about cross up dive kick anymore. So
Well, see, the thing is, the option select that I was doing is I would just dash twice and hold forward
Right.
on the controller, and if it did
oh,
cross up
that's
short,
right. Right. So there were the two option selects.
Right.
The one that I made and the one that you made. The one that you made kills cross up dive kick because you only have to worry about because it automatically blocks all cross ups. And the one that I made kills cross up dive kick because it automatically blocks cross up dive kick and non cross up.
if she ever dive kicks in the air, she stays in front of you, you dash under her.
Yeah.
If she jumps shorts, it turns your controllers around, so the second time you tap forward, it turns into a block.
Right.
So the only thing she can do is a super early dive kick from the front. to
Exactly.
hit
Exactly. So anyway, that still boils down to the fact that she has this really good cross up game,
Right,
cross up or
right.
not game. Cross up dive kick is just ruined. Who cares? That doesn't even matter. She still has jump short into 30% damage.
you. Right. And like I said,
and then being on you again.
it's super hard to time the cross up. If the Cammy is gonna land a cross up dive kick on you, you applaud and you say good stuff.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you just
I
walk
just
back.
I'm not even worried about it now. I'm
Yeah.
just worried about dive kick or jump short. And then when she lands, that she still has one more chance to frame trap me before she gets pushed out of a throw range.
Right.
So, look, when it comes to Seth and Akuma and Ibuki, none of them kill in two knockdowns.
I don't know, Seth kind of does.
No, Seth takes longer than that. He's not going to stun, well, most characters in the game anyway, in 2 combos.
Right.
He has to hit you at least one more time.
Well, to be fair, Sako did not dizzy him in 2. It
really?
took the 3rd one, yeah.
Oh, it did? Oh, so it was 4. It was
2 combos. The guy needed to get touched by one more thing to fall dizzy, and then he fell dizzy. I mean, even when you see like Marn blow people up in the corner, it's looked brutal before, and nobody says he's top tier or anything like that.
Oh, yeah.
That's just the only thing that I don't understand. It's like every time a character does well in a tournament, it's always the player, except for Cammy.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't understand that part.
No, so. I agree with you. I think that people are jumping the gun a little bit, but I do think that she's really super good. I don't think she has that many bad matchups.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I
think she has a lot of bad matchups.
Really?
Actually.
I think she just has a couple.
I think she loses a large... I mean, Kino even said this. So Kino and I argue about this all the time. He's always like, Cammy's so good! Cammy's so good! And then even Kino was like, yes, in order for Cammy to win a tournament, she has to win the lottery. Basically, she has the same problem that Balrog does, is that there's just certain characters you have to have luckily avoided in the tournament to win.
That's funny, because I feel like Balrog does pretty well against most of the high tier.
Yeah, so that's what I thought too. Which is why I was funny. But you know what? To be honest with you, I was thinking that, and I thought Guile would have been one of them, and then Chirithi blew up Daiminian. Yeah. It's like the best Guile in the world.
Dude, because any knockdown, now you're just in the blender, man.
See,
he doesn't have any get off needs.
If Daiminian dashed forward, he would not have had to deal with any of those cross-up dive kicks.
The cross-up dive kicks are dead, and people shouldn't be worried about that anymore. Yeah. It's just the actual cross-up short or the dive kick in the front.
Right.
I don't know, dude. This is gonna take a long time to settle. Like, there are no plans, as far as I know, to rebalance Street Fighter 4, and I hope that doesn't happen because
there's nothing to balance anymore. Every character's so good in this
Just leave it alone. And hopefully in 5 years we'll have come to a better hopefully we'll still be playing it, and hopefully we'll have come to a better consensus. So I guess we don't have very much time left, but I did want to just quickly mention the coming changes for Skullgirls still. Mike Z, there was a story today, or maybe it was yesterday, that he's considering increasing the speed of the game by 3%. In a way that he expects will not change combo timings, but that will slightly change movement timings and how fast you need to react to things.
Well, technically, the combo timing will change slightly, obviously, because it's a little bit faster. Now, a lot of people have been complaining about this. They're scared. They're saying, like, Peacock is going to be useless now. She's not going to be able to keep people out because the game is faster, right?
Yeah.
I want people to put into a little perspective here of what a 3% speed increase really is. Champion Edition to Hyper Fighting was 150%. It was a 50% speed increase.
I did not know it was that big.
Did Guile and Dalsum suck all of a sudden in Hyper Fighting?
No.
Not even close. Not even. Guile is still one of the best characters in the game.
Yes.
It is not going to be a problem. A 3% speed increase is not going to do anything. And, you know, frankly, a lot of people's complaints about the game when they see it are like, why does this game look so slow? And, you know, I talked to Mike Z about it, and, you know, he said that a lot of the light attacks are 5 to 6 frames, whereas most games are like 3 frames, right? So, yeah, there is a little bit of like, the attacks in general are slightly slower in Skullgirls than they are in other fighting games. So he says if he speeds it up about 3%, now it matches to about what Guilty Gear is.
Okay.
And I think that's great. I think it'll be cool. I mean, obviously, we should try it out, and he's going to bring it to Wednesday Night Fights tomorrow.
Yes.
So we can check it out. So, but, you know...
I mean, I also think that a significant part of the game feeling slow is just that we're not used to the movement yet. In this kind of game, players invent the movement, right? Like, it's not like in Street Fighter 4 where you walk backwards and you walk forward and you jump, and that's it. Like, you're not getting faster than that. Right. But you know what I always think about was when Marvel 3 came out, and people were like, man, Magneto is just going to be ass. He's so much slower than Marvel 2. And you remember that happening?
Yes, I do.
Right?
And then when Ultimate
it was the same with Doom.
Even when Ultimate came out, everyone's like, wow, they slowed his air dash down? Now he's even worse. And
everybody can shut up about that, you know?
Exactly.
So I think that Skullgirls is that same kind of way. I think we're going to see people air dashing much better with characters like Valentine, and Philly's going to look a lot faster, and Pinwheelers are going to be flying in much better ways. Like, that stuff is going to happen. Just organically. Right. So I think Mike is smart to not increase the speed too much.
Yeah, and he's also putting in a lot of those, those little buffer windows that I had asked for, and I think that's going to help the game a lot too.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I don't. We're basically done, but you brought up Guilty Gear real fast.
I know. I was about to say.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead, because I know it's been your game more than mine. So.
Dude, they're updating Guilty Gear Accent Core.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so... okay, I'm torn. I'm torn because they're releasing Guilty Gear on Xbox Live Arcade and PlayStation Network, right?
Yeah.
Now, without the announcement of Accent Core R, I think it's called, or
it's
R
like plus R.
Plus R. So before the announcement of that, I was ecstatic about Guilty Gear on Xbox. I was just like, let's go. Here we go, Guilty Gear scene back. Let's do this, right? Now there's plus R. So, is the home version going to get updated? Are they going to release plus R on Xbox Live? Is this the secret that they want to tell people, or what? Because Johnny has new moves. They gave him 2 new moves. So this might be the de facto only instance in which Johnny got buffed and not nerfed since XX.
That's right.
You don't understand how happy that makes me
That's
right
right.
now.
Yeah.
Because he's gotten nerfed in every game.
Yeah.
They gave him a new super. He has an air super now. I don't even know what it does. And I'm like super hyped for this.
Yeah.
And he has this other move called Glitter is Gold.
Yeah,
I don't even know what it is. Like, I don't know what it is,
yeah,
but it would be awesome if he just does it and like pulls more coins out of his pocket, and now he resets his coin count.
That'd be pretty nuts.
Dude, I don't know. Whatever. Dude, I'm so happy about that, and I can't wait for Guilty Gear. Because the worst thing about it is when I played Guilty Gear, I only had one person that I played it against.
All right, it sounds like we should probably cross counter happening, because it seems like there's some big news coming out over there.
Oh, okay, yeah. Check that out.
Yeah, check that out. Potemkin and Axel, I'm going to play them again. All right, awesome.
Yes.
Anyway, thanks a lot for tuning in for the Tuesday show. We'll be back on Monday at 8 p.m. Pacific time, also Tuesday at 8 p.m. Pacific time. That's how things normally go.
Yeah.
We will see you then. Enjoy what I assume is no longer even the Steve show. It sounds like they're already into actual cross counter.
Okay, sorry about that. Go.
See ya.
Let's stick around in the chat and
Yeah.
talk about it here.
Exactly right.
All right, peace out.